In this lecture, I would like to spread some light on the accounting equation. Why there is a accounting equation? You know, in the accounting equation, there is three things. One is the asset, another is the liability, and the third one is the equity. In this lecture, I would like to understand the double entry with the help of the accounting equation. So accounting equation is into was introduced by the Luca by the mathematician Luca, and he was an Italian mathematician. He said that asset there is a equilibrium between the left hand side and the right hand side, and if the left hand side is an asset and right hand side there are liability and the equity. So this liability and equity should be same with the asset. So left hand side should be equal to the right hand side. So in my previous lecture, I have spread some light on the equity, asset, and the liability. But for your understanding, with the simple words, I should mention in a way that asset is the economic resources that is controlled by the entity as a result of the past event. Okay, and as a result of the past event, there are some present obligations to transfer the economic resources, and that is called the liability. The present obligations for economic resources. You have to transfer the economic resources because as a result of the past event, and this is the present obligation, and it is the liability. And equity is nothing but the residual interest of the asset, residual interest in the asset of the entity, okay, as a result of the past event. So this is the equity. So equity is another thing, equity is you can say that it is the owner claim. It is the owner claim, because in an accounting system there is a concept, very important concept. That concept is the entity. And entity, why there is an entity? Because in a business, the business and entity are separated. Because suppose I have some money and I would like to start a business, and I invested my amount of money in that business, but this is the money of business of the business, and I have some claim on that money. I can take out that money. So that is the owner's claim. Okay, that is the owner's claim. So the accounting equation, if you have the understanding the accounting equation, here is the accounting equation: asset is equal to liability plus equity. For example, suppose I have 50 lakh rupees, okay, and I would like to start a business, and so I invested that amount in my business, and that amount of cash, this is the cash I invested in my business, and so here is the 50 lakhs. Okay, so the left hand side is now not equal with the right hand side, because here is the zero and here is the zero. When I introduce 50 lakh, I have invested 50 lakhs in the business. So my claim is here also the 50 lakh, because I am the entity in the business. And so here we should write the 50. And this 50 should be equal with the asset. So now this left hand side, this is the left hand side and is equal to with the right hand side. So so on the basis of the accounting equation, the concept of the double entry may be generated. How? If this is the cash I have invested, this is the cash I have invested in my business, and that cash, according to the double entries rules and regulation, laws and rules, then if there is an increase in the cash, then it should be considered as a debit. So debit is debit. So debit is 50 lakh. It is the cash, and it is 50 lakh. Okay, and now there is another thing, the owner's claim. That is my claim, owner's claim. It is the capital. It is the capital. So capital is also an asset, and there is a claim. So there is a decrease. There is a decrease. So it should be considered as a credit. So it should be considered as a credit. Credit equal, here it is a capital, owner's claim, and it is also 50. So now you have a look here that this is the double entry. So if you follow the rules and laws and rules of the accounting system, then there is a double entry. And this double entry is followed by the rules, principles of the accounting. But if you do not follow, then there is some error. And if there is no balance between the left hand side and the right hand side in the accounting system introduced by the Luca, in, you can say, Italian mathematician, then somewhere there is a mistake, and you should correct all those things to make the right accounting system, right accounting calculations. So now suppose I would like to invest 25 lakhs in my business. Okay, and so I have no money now, and I go to bank and take loan, and that amount of loan is invested in my business. So this is the cash increases. Okay, there is cash increases, there is asset increases. Here the increases, asset increases. So as there is an increase, cash increases, so here is also a debit. If there is an increase in the cash, then it is debit. So cash is 25 lakhs. 25 lakh. And now, as I have taken the loan from the bank, so I have to pay. There is a liability. And according to the laws of the double entry system, then if there is an increase in the liability, then it should be considered as the credit. So here is the credit. Here is the credit, and it is the liability, and it is the 25 lakh. So now you have the double entry. Look at this: debit cash 25, double entry, and credit liabilities, you can say 25. So the double entry is fulfilled. So this, if you do not follow the double entry, then accounting procedure is not correct. Why there is a double entry? Why? Because behind this double entry there is a Lucas mathematical equation, and that equation is the accounting equation. To balance the left hand side and the right hand side, there should be a double entry system. If there is no double entry system, then the accounting there is no accounting equation, then there is no double entry. So double entry is generated from the accounting equation. Now you should look that there is a equity. It is the for your information. I should mention that accounting equity is a is an asset. Sorry, equity is a owner's claim, and this equity can be divided into two parts. One is the share, and another is the retained earning. Okay, retained earning. So share and retained earning. Share is the share and retained earning. So share is the contributed amount, and retained earning. There are four things. One is the beginning retained earning. One is the beginning return earning, and there is revenue, and there is revenue, and there you can say there is also some expense, and there is also dividends. For earning revenue, you should subtract, that is the negative sign before the expense, because expense should be deducted and dividend should be deducted. So in the four items of the retained earning, two are the negative and two are the positives. Positives are, what are the positives? The actually the beginning beginning retained earning, and beginning there is the previous year's retained earning, whatever I have set and now I am investing, that amount is the previous year's retained earning, and plus revenue is also the positive, and for generating revenue there is an expense and that is the negative, and dividend is paid out, so it is the negative. So for balancing the system, dividends and and you can say the expense are the debit, because they are the negative sign. They have the negative signs, are in the debits, are considered as the debit according to the laws of the double entry. Okay, and if there is an increase in the liability, so this is the credit. If there is an increase in the equity, it is also the credit. But if there is an increase in the dividend, then it is the debit. And if there is a increase in the expense, then it is also the debit. So in this way, by using the accounting equation, we can understand the fundamental of the double entry. So I hope you have enjoyed this lecture, and till today, thanks for watching this lecture.